So let's talk about encryption. At its basic level, when we encrypt a message, we are performing some string operations on that specific message so that the result is going to be an encoded or encrypted or secret message. So let me give you an example. Let's say you create a social media account. Let's use Facebook as an example. When you create an account and you create a password, Facebook does not store the password the same way you entered it. First, it encrypts your password so that it's not immediately recognizable before it stores your password. So let's say one day if someone was to hack Facebook and they saw your password, it will be the encrypted version of your password and not your actual password. And in the same way, if you were to log into your Facebook account, what will happen is first, the text that you entered will be encrypted. And then we will compare the encrypted password with the one that we already have stored in our database. And if the encrypted password is the same, then that means you entered the correct password. So now we can create basic encrypted messages with the knowledge that we have of strings. So I'll show you an example. First, let's create a message and we'll assign that message to a variable called A. So now the message that we have stored in A is this is a secret. So let's print out this message and then reverse the string. And if you remember from our lesson from string slicing, we can do something like this to reverse the string. So now let's print out both strings. And as you can see, the original message is this is a secret. And then we have the reverse version. So let's add a few more things to our string to make it more encrypted. So now we're just going to replace all the spaces in our string with some specific characters. All the spaces in our string are going to be replaced with 0B. So let's run this code again to see what our encrypted message looks like so far. And we can keep adding some more things because the more operations we perform on our string, the more heavily encrypted the message is going to be. So the last thing we're going to do to our string is just to add some numbers at the beginning of our string. So let's see what our final encrypted string is. So we went from this is a secret to this string. And just by observing, you can't tell what the original string is. So this is essentially how we can encrypt a string. Let's say we gave this encrypted string to a person. The only way the person can tell what the encrypted string originally was is if we gave them the exact steps we took to encrypt this string. And if they perform those steps in reverse order, they will be able to decode the string. So let's decode the string. Like I said, to decrypt our message, we have to do everything in reverse. So here, the very last thing we did was add 101 to the beginning of the string. So here, all we are doing is to get everything from the third position onwards. So essentially, we're removing the 101. And now we're going to do the reverse replace operation. So we're replacing 0b with space. And then finally, the last step is to reverse the entire string. Also, take note that we have a \n here, which is going to ensure that there is some space or new line between the last print and the decrypting print. So now let's run this code. As you can see, after encoding our text, we decrypt the text, and then we get the original message back at the last step.